Battle of Normandy, which lasted from June 1944 to August 1944, resulted in the Allied liberation of Western Europe from Nazi Germany's control. Codenamed Operation Overlord, the battle began on June 6, 1944, also known as D-Day, when some 156,000 American, British, and Canadian forces landed on 5 beaches along a 50-mile stretch of heavily fortified coast of France's Normandy region. The invasion was one of the largest amphibious military assaults in history and required extensive planning.
Dwight David Eisenhower was born the 14th of October and entered the U.S. Military Academy in 1911. Eisenhower's career sprung up in the presence of World War I in 1917. Eisenhower had achieved a rank of lieutenant colonel and commanded over the Army's Tank Corps in Gettysburg. When the United States entered World War II, Eisenhower worked on devising plans to triumph over the Axis powers. He was later promoted to commanding general. He led during Operation Torch and landed an Italian surrender. In his success, he was named Supreme Commander of the Expeditionary Force for the Invasion of Europe, codenamed Operation Overlord.
1914 to 1916, Alfred Jodl served in World War I with a battery unit of the Western Front, being awarded the Iron Cross for gallantry in November of 1914 and being wounded in action. In 1917, he served briefly on the Eastern Front before returning to the West as a staff officer. In the build-up to World War II, Jodl was assigned as the artillery commander of the 44th Division from October of 1938 to August of 1939 during the Anschluss. Jodl was chosen by Hitler to be the chief of operations staff in the newly formed OKW.
D-Day was planned to begin with paratroopers dropping into France by moonlight, the early morning before the invasion. Their goal is to take over the bridges and roads that the Germans to move the battlefields once the invasion began. The rest of the troops would land on 5 beaches. The British Army would land in the east on the codename beaches Sword and Gold. The Canadians would invade Juno Beach. Omaha and Utah Beach would be invaded by the American Army. D-Day was the beginning of the end for not only the Germans but Hitler as well. D-Day forced the Germans to fight on a two-war front again, just as they had in World War I. Yet again, the Germans could not handle war on both sides of them.